launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Imagine a world where space isn't just the final frontier, it's the next big battleground. As Donald Trump steps back into the Oval Office, he's bringing with him ambitious plans that could reshape humanity's future in the cosmos. From planting an American flag on Mars to ramping up the nation's military presence in orbit, Trump's second term is poised to spark a modern-day space race like we've never seen before. But is this bold vision a realistic leap forward or just another case of big promises and political spectacle? With new leadership at NASA, revived programs, and an intensified focus on space-based defense, the stakes couldn't be higher. Whether you're a space enthusiast or just curious about the future of humanity, this deep dive into Trump's plans will give you a glimpse of what's next for America and the stars. Let's unpack how these plans could impact space exploration, private industry, and even global politics, and find out whether Trump's vision is set to take off or burn out on the launch pad. Donald Trump isn't one to shy away from bold statements, and his inauguration speech set the tone for his second term. Declaring, "We will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars," he positioned space exploration as a centerpiece of his presidency. This isn't just about space travel, it's about cementing America's dominance in a new frontier. Trump's vision of planting the stars and
has a low-density atmosphere, only about 1% the density of Earth, and it's primarily CO2.
stripes on Mars might sound far-fetched, but it reflects his desire to reignite the spirit of exploration that defined earlier generations. While past presidents have floated the idea of sending humans to Mars, Trump's track record shows he's willing to back his words with action. During his first term, he initiated the Artemis program, aimed at returning Americans to the moon by 2024. Though the timeline slipped, the momentum created by this initiative pushed NASA into a new era of innovation. Now, with Mars as the next goal, Trump seems determined to go even further. This emphasis on space exploration isn't just about scientific discovery, it's a strategic move to position the United States as a global leader. By investing heavily in NASA and private partnerships, Trump aims to outpace rival nations like China and Russia in the race to explore and potentially colonize Mars. The question is, can his administration deliver on these lofty goals? To lead this ambitious charge, Trump has chosen Jared Isaacman as NASA's new head, a decision that's raising eyebrows and generating
About 50% further away from the sun than the Earth.
excitement. Isaacman, a private spaceflight pioneer, is best known for leading groundbreaking missions with SpaceX, including the Polaris Dawn mission, which featured the first private spacewalk. His experience in the private sector could signal a shift in NASA's culture toward risk-taking and innovation. Under Isaacman's leadership, NASA may push boundaries like never before. His willingness to take bold risks, such as his own spacewalk, could inspire the agency to pursue audacious projects, even if they involve higher stakes. This could mean accelerated timelines for missions to Mars and a greater reliance on partnerships with private companies like SpaceX. However, critics worry that such a risk-tolerant approach might lead to setbacks or even disasters. Balancing ambition with caution will be crucial as Isaacman navigates the challenges of managing a government agency with enormous expectations. If he succeeds, this could be the start of a new era for NASA, one defined by speed, innovation, and unprecedented achievements. The Space Force, a branch of the military created during Trump's first term, is set to play a much bigger role in his second. Initially met with skepticism and even jokes, the Space Force has proven to be a strategic move as space becomes an increasingly contested domain. With growing threats from nations like China and Russia, Trump's decision to establish a dedicated military branch for space looks more prescient than ever. A recent report highlights the urgency of expanding the U.S. military presence in orbit. Experts predict that by 2050, space will become the primary theater for military operations, with autonomous systems playing a key role. This raises the stakes for the Space Force, which will need to rapidly scale up its capabilities to counter these emerging threats. Under Trump's leadership, the Space Force could see significant investments in new technologies, from advanced satellites to space-based missile defense systems. By focusing on space as a strategic domain, the U.S. aims to maintain its edge in a rapidly evolving global landscape. The question is whether this new branch can rise to the challenge in time. One of Trump's first moves in his second term was to revive the National Space Council, a body designed to coordinate space policy across multiple government agencies. Led by Vice President J.D. Vance, the council brings together top officials from
Mars is warmed up, you'd have an ocean about a mile deep on 40% of the planet. So it's quite a lot of water.
defense, commerce, and national security to ensure a unified approach to space exploration and defense. The Council's role is crucial in aligning the efforts of various departments, from NASA's scientific missions to the military's strategic objectives. By centralizing decision-making, the Council can streamline projects and eliminate bureaucratic roadblocks, enabling faster progress. In its previous iteration, the Council played a key role in advancing the Artemis program and the establishment of the Space Force. With its revival, it's expected to drive even more ambitious initiatives, potentially paving the way for groundbreaking achievements in space exploration and defense. Elon Musk has always been a central figure in the space industry, and Trump's renewed focus on Mars has only amplified his influence. While Musk doesn't hold a formal government position, his company, SpaceX, is deeply intertwined with NASA's plans and could play a pivotal role in realizing Trump's Mars ambitions. Musk has been vocal about his excitement for Mars exploration, and his Starship program is already being touted as the vehicle that could make it happen. With SpaceX's proven track record of innovation and cost efficiency, it's likely that Musk will be a key partner in the government's plans for the Red Planet. However, this close relationship has drawn criticism, particularly from competitors like Jeff Bezos, who worry about potential favoritism. As the space race heats up, balancing public-private partnerships will be critical to ensuring fair competition and maximizing innovation. Trump's vision for America in space is nothing short of audacious. From landing on Mars to fortifying our defenses in orbit, his plans could shape the future of humanity's presence beyond Earth. But as with any grand vision, the road ahead is filled with challenges, risks, and uncertainties. The push for bold innovation in both exploration and defense could usher in an era of unprecedented achievements or result in missteps that set us back years. However, one thing is clear: space is no longer just a scientific curiosity or a distant dream. It's rapidly becoming a key stage for global competition, technological breakthroughs, and even military strategy. As nations race to stake their claim in the cosmos, the decisions made in the next few years will determine who leads and who follows. For America, Trump's aggressive push into space might be the difference between dominating the stars and watching from the sidelines. But these ambitions aren't just about politics or power. They're about the human spirit, the drive to explore, to innovate, and to reach for the impossible. Whether it's planting a flag on Mars, developing reusable rockets, or ensuring the security of space as a shared resource, these efforts remind us of what's possible when humanity dreams big. As the second space race accelerates, one question remains: will America rise to the occasion and truly take its place among the stars?